We're live, according to this, but sometimes it lies. Okay, welcome to another episode of Minneapolis by Night. This afternoon we have Fang and the Kinfolk Greer preparing to go for a little flight over the city of Minneapolis in order to work one of the lovely Nuwisha's plans to entail instilling peace over the city because of the green dragon threat.
Fighting one green dragon with another?
Yes. So they've been, they're at the airstrip dealing with the plane.
All right, so...
Go up.
All right, so Fang shows up with the truck that the gang has, with the pallet loaded in the back. And Fang has activated previously a gift, which Holly's witnessed the role for, called Twin Face Trickster, which is the equivalent of man skin. So Fang looks very mannish. On the pallet, underneath a plastic sheet, opaque plastic sheet, is the ton of marijuana brownies. A bunch of empty pop bottles with a little bit of water in them, and a cooler full of dry ice, and a couple of actual lead testing weights. And the whole thing is labeled as if it was all lead testing weights.
Okay. Well, is Fang going to need help loading things onto the plane?
No, she would have been smart and have brought a forklift on that truck.
Nice, nice.
She tried to kill me with a forklift. So
Greer is going to simply be in the pilot's seat just waiting for you to get...
Well, first I've got to actually convince the owner that I am who I say I am, don't I?
Oh, I thought you did that already in a blue book.
No, I was going to do it the day of, because the longer you wait on that, the longer they can look up your actual credentials.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So Greer will not be in the cockpit.
Yeah. So I'm marching straight up to the owner.
Okay. Greer will stick with you and keep her head down low then.
And Fang will put on serious Fang face and say, "Greetings, my name is Felix Barnes. I'm with the FAA.
Can I see your badge?"
I am going to activate secret question. That is a question related to my identity, and I'm activating secret question. Spendanosis, manipulation, subterfuge. Yeah, she's gonna flash a matchbook.
And that would make it look like a badge, I assume. To him, anyway.
Well, it's a gift that answers someone a question on your own identity with the quote-unquote right answer.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said.
So, yeah.
To be that way.
Yeah. It's the Nuwisha gifts are weird, so I have a tendency to just explain them.
Well.
And so
he just nods.
Say,
like, okay.
Yeah.
What seems to be the issue?
Your aircraft needs to pass a cargo certification. My pilot and I and this load will be putting your aircraft into maximum load. We'd be perfectly willing to pay for your fuel for this, and we'll waive the processing fee. But it needs to get done today, or this thing isn't going to be flying for the next few months.
Well, I can't complain if you're going to pay for the fuel.
Very well. And she'll wave for Greer, and then we'll load it up with the forklift and all that fun stuff quickly before they actually look up credentials.
Right.
Oh, and yeah.
He does let you do your thing because he's seen your quote-unquote credentials.
Yeah, and we'll load a small bag that happens to contain 2 parachutes as well while that's going on. Because you don't want that in the pallet.
No, you don't.
All right.
So, you guys
And
plane loaded?
yep. And Fang will hop in and say, "Oh, there's no need for you to ride with us. Bye." Close the door and go to Greer. Thumbs up.
She does what she needs to do, gets herself buckled in, waits for you to adjust yourself so you're not going
All right.
all over the place during takeoff.
Yeah. And Fang makes sure that Fang makes dang sure that the bag with the parachutes is heavily secure, and that the pallet isn't going to slide around when we open the door.
Okay.
And Fang's going to say, "Okay, so flight plan is, so you get up in the air, do a holding pattern until all the bombs are ready, and then drop down to skydiving height. We open the window, we let them all fly out the back, and they'll act like little depth charges. And then once that's done, you aim for and she gives the name of the quarry and the particular heading it'd be, and we'll dive out about 2 miles away from where it lands."
Okay. It seems like you have most of this figured out. However, you do know that we're flying over a city and it's technically a restricted area.
Okay. Well then, do the holding pattern where it's not a restricted area, and then we'll do the fly over the city, and hopefully this will all get done before anybody can do anything about it.
I hope so. I hope so. Thankfully, I was part of the Air Force, so I know some maneuvers that might help us.
You haven't done them in a Learjet, though.
No, I'm more familiar with helicopters, but I still know how to do this.
Hey, there's a reason why I don't want us in the plane when it goes down.
Correct. Okay.
And Fang's gonna pat her on the shoulder, and I'm gonna give her Joe Capilli's touch for good luck.
Awesome.
Yep. And that's, I think what's it called? Let me double check that. Joe Capilli's touch. Gotta look up what the roll is on that, and I'm slipping her a gnosis to make it improbable good luck.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna delay it by 1 hour, which will be about how long it'll take for everything to get set up. What's enigmas? Okay, and I got good enigmas. So diff 7. That's all it needs.
Right.
So yeah,
an hour.
Good luck in an hour, and I slipped a gnosis in there, so it's Coyote is not bound by the actual laws of probability in making this luck good.
Right.
And of course, Coyote is interpreting what good luck means.
That's true.
So we get up into the holding pattern, and Fang quickly sets up a number of them that are duct taped packs of pot brownies around a dry ice bomb, which is just dry ice in a 2-liter bottle with some water in it, put the cap on, and takes about 30 minutes for them to explode at the same altitude. But if you drop them from a plane, they act like little depth charges.
Okay. So you guys are it's an easy takeoff because, like I said, she's familiar with this and they get in the pattern, so on and so forth. And as you're prepping, she's like, so how exactly, is there a plan to regulate these brownies on who gets them, because just a random thought. What if children eat them?
We awoke the spirit in them, and that's a guy in spirit.
Okay.
And I'd rather children that might be affected by green dragon do get them than not. They'll be a little sick and a little high, but you can't overdose on pot.
True. True. Well, hopefully, the awakened spirit recognizes who's consuming them, I hope.
Hopefully.
But at least you're not dropping pounds of cocaine. And
Yeah, no, not unless some kind of worm spirit of sloth had taken over the city. That's when you drop the cocaine and the Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Exactly.
Okay. And here's another thought. They're probably they may think that it's some kind of drug cartel, the government might.
That's the other reason why we're not going to be in the plane when it goes down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Trust me, you got this.
Oh, I know I got this. I've only ever been flying once when it's gone down, and that was completely not my doing.
Well, in this case, it's all about destroying the evidence, you know?
Yep, and well, when a plane crashes, it tends to destroy most evidence. Let's see.
There you go.
Let's see. She she gets in the maneuver, so you can once she's up far enough and out of certain areas, she'll bring the plane into where it needs to be for you to start your drop.
Right. And basically the plan is that all these dry ice bombs are unsecured, and then we open the door.
Okay.
And they'll all just go flying out. And that should just start dropping them over the city.
Right. They're dropping over the city, and you're definitely getting your dry ice pops that you guys can hear with this door open, but otherwise you wouldn't hear it. And they certainly don't hear this in the city down below. But it's raining pop brownies.
Sweet. And so now all that's left is to start bringing it down. And Fang preps the Fang gets out the parachutes.
Yep. And she'll get the plane straightened out into an area where it needs to be, gradually descending, and she's gonna just start putting on that parachute, so she's ready to go, but she's got to make sure the plane is exactly where it needs to be when it's gonna go down.
Exactly.
So
and that's a good thing, because we want to jump pretty close to where it crashes.
Yep.
Because we can always just disappear into the crowd at that point.
Right. So we'll see. I'm gonna give her a roll here to see if she can get this where it needs to be.
And she has improbable good luck.
I don't think she's having any trouble.
Sweet.
5 successes. Yeah. The plane is pretty much right on target.
Stay on target.
Yep. Your good luck is definitely helping her keep this.
Alrighty.
Check.
And then time to leap.
Yep. Okay.
And Fang's going to resist the urge to hair's leap out of a moving plane.
Right. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to hit those engines, so she's just going to drop.
Right. Yep. And Greer gives an appropriate time to jump behind her so as not to be directly on top of her.
Right out. And
Definitely looks like he's done this before.
deck skydiving. Because she took skydiving. Woo!
Yep. You can totally use that. And for Greer, it's going to be Dex Athletics because, well.
Well, I've got more athletics, but I took skydiving just for this.
Yep. Yep. Okay, let's see. That's 5 for Greer. Okay. She's got a rough start here with 2, but the good luck is in her favor. Thanks, Fang.
Yay. Improbable good luck. That means like theoretically like her parachute could fail and Fang could grab her.
Yep.
It's that kind of coyote interprets good luck.
Yep. It's off to a little bit of a rough start, but it goes and it eventually will even itself out.
All right. On the way down, Fang's going to shift to Sitsu because that's the only way she can turn off Twin-Faced Trickster, and also they're going to need to run right afterwards, and so that's a good way of getting that extra stamina and dex. So stamina and primal urge. Oh yeah, Fang's a bit buffer, but now fully female.
Right. As you guys are dropping, you guys a breeze that wasn't there before kind of picks up. And it's almost your parachutes are still attached, which is the weird thing, but it almost feels like you're free falling and you're free falling fast.
Okay. Thank you, Coyote.
You can if you want, you can roll your gnosis.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah. There is definitely some kind of a spiritual presence here.
Okay.
Successes, sure, you could call it a face of coyote.
Okay, I think I understand what Coyote wants me to do then. Can I maneuver to Greer from the air?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna maneuver to Greer, grab on for dear life, and in fact activate the Emperor's clothes. So I'm stealing Greer's parachute.
Oh God!
And just double teaming her because I figure the spirit of Coyote wants to move us all to the same place.
And
Dex larceny. 1 moment.
Dex larceny. Okay.
That's just straight Dex then.
Rolling Greer's willpower here. She has no idea what's going on.
What's the total of her Dex athletics?
Her Dex ath was 5 dice.
Okay, so yeah, I made it with 2 successes there. That was the difficulty.
Right.
And yeah, so I've got her parachute and I'm holding onto her.
Yeah, and she's freaking hell out.
Don't worry, Coyote told me to do something.
She's like trembling. That's a botch. She may even yeah. She's like clinging to you. You can feel her nails digging into you because she's like freaking out and she's crying and shit.
It's perfectly all right. I've got it. Holding on tight. And I'm still attached to mine because I'm not taking it off while this whole thing's going. I just want to make sure we're not going to get them tangled more than anything else.
Okay. So you notice that this breeze is harsh enough where it's pushing the parachutes out of where they should be landing, but the plane, you can totally see that the plane has obviously gone down due to explosions when it hits. It's blowing you away from the explosions, but it seems to be accelerating away, far, far away from the city.
Okay, Coyote wants us to be somewhere, so we're going there.
And you actually hear Greer say, "What the fuck is that?"
I'm gonna look where she's looking.
Something was there, but it seemed to poof disappear. Like you actually saw it disappear, and it looks like a man.
I'm gonna guess that's one of Coyote's many faces.
I'm pretty sure that I just saw Eddie Izzard.
That sounds like one of Coyote's many faces.
She just like clings tighter to Fang.
That's fine.
And eventually the parachutes decelerate as you come to a landing zone, and it, or what appears to be in it, you see you're going over water.
Okay.
Towards a island.
This was only supposed to be a 3-hour tour. So of course we're landing on an island.
Yep. Yep. And you definitely land on an island. Why don't we roll a Dex Athletics? And it would have been a lower diff, but you also have Greer now. It's a diff 8 for landing.
Alrighty. Dex skydiving it is. There's one.
Nice. Okay. So it's you land. It's a little bit of a rough landing, like, but nobody's hurt.
Actually, my dex was higher, so one more. Boink.
Nice. Okay.
I forgot I was in Sitsu, so.
Right. When you land, you guys get out from under the parachute there, and yes, it's water as far as the eye can see.
Coyote. Why you gotta do fun things like this? Fang says with a big old grin.
And Greer's looking around, and when you were going down, there's definitely no signs of civilization, really, on this island. This is going to be some freaking Survivor shit, isn't it?
Well, I've got ways out, but I don't want to leave you.
I'd rather you not.
That's good.
And she just like looks around, and she's trying to get her bearings straight.
I'm gonna shift to Latrani and start sniffing around for food and water sources.
Well, you definitely have a giant water source around you.
One that isn't salted.
This isn't salted.
Oh.
You don't
so
smell
it's an island in the middle of the Mississippi?
Fresh air. You smell the water is clear.
And it's not moving, is it?
It's moving a little. The water is moving like it naturally would. But
well,
it's like very fresh. You can see you can actually see the rocks at the bottom.
What I'm saying is that it's not the Mississippi. We got thrown into the Umbra somewhere.
Yeah, it's not the Mississippi, but it is not the ocean either.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, Fang's gonna go, well, that's interesting. Or at least she's gonna, uh, or in Latrani, she's gonna sort of tilt her head to make coyote noises.
You're gonna be yipping.
Just like, brr, sort of head tilt like a dog would, going,
Coyotes
interesting.
sound creepy.
And look around for food sources just in case.
Okay.
So that'd
There's
be perception primal urge.
perception primal urge, yep. Or wits survival. I'm assuming you're looking for just any food sources or just like prey.
Any food sources. I'm strict carnivore, so it's going to be mostly prey.
Prey for you? Okay.
Yeah, that's a fun little flaw.
Yeah, no, she's not having any luck on the other aspect of things. On her wits survival. But yeah, you can find things like there's small things like birds and rabbits and mice.
Yeah, I'm a catch a rabbit for both of us.
Okay.
So hunting is what in primal urge?
Hunting perception primal urge, I would think.
Okay. Rabbit gets away.
Oh no. Okay.
That's fine. I can try again. Spend another hour hunting.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. And she's gonna try and look at other things again at a higher diff. Though. Yeah, that's much better. She's actually able to find some raspberries.
All right. And with that, I drag over a rabbit and shift back into Hamid. And
So now we have to cook Peter here. She points at the rabbit.
I would like to point out I wasn't wearing my dedicated outfit, so I shift back to Hamid naked.
She seems unfazed.
Yep. Well, I don't know about you, but I can't eat those berry things over there, so...
Well, I will totally eat them.
If you don't want any rabbit, I'll eat it raw.
I'll eat some rabbit. I'm not opposed to it.
And she'll start getting to work on fire.
Okay.
So, we are not in Kansas anymore.
No. I don't.
I can tell you what I know is that a spirit wanted us to be here.
I can't imagine why.
Well, ours is not to reason why. Ours is but to do or die.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I'm on the side of doing so.
She's sitting here thinking, okay, not an ocean, but we have
It's not
water.
an ocean. It's fresh, so it's either a lake or I'm guessing we're in the Umbra.
I certainly hope. Well, Greer actually can't go in the Umbra.
If a spirit decided to pull her, sure she can.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Well.
And Fang's not even going to bother trying to step sideways. If a spirit wants her there, a spirit wants her there for a reason.
Right, and she looks around. We're clearly, like I said, not an ocean, freshwater.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna roll her wits survival again to think on this.
I'm gonna roll wits enigmas to think on this.
Okay, she's got 3
And
successes.
I got nothing on wits enigmas, so wee.
Well, the biggest body of fresh water from Minneapolis is Lake Superior, which is technically an inland sea.
Know of any small islands with rabbits on it in the middle of Lake Superior?
Well, I haven't seen the rest of the island, but there are quite a few islands in here now. I didn't see any signs of civilization or anything. Did you on our way down? I was too busy freaking out.
I did not. And sorry for having to pull you like that. I figured if the spirits wanted us to go somewhere, they wanted us to go somewhere together.
I appreciate that. Better together than separated.
Yeah, and I really didn't want our parachutes to tangle.
Oh boy. Yeah, that would not have been good.
Yeah. And luckily I have very nimble fingers.
That's true. Oh boy. Think. There are many islands. This is an area I have yet to actually fly in, which is odd considering this is the area that I was actually born and raised in, not necessarily here, but in the Midwest.
Fang's gonna roll Gnosis, look around, look through the gauntlet, see what's around. Also, this will help confirm if we're in the Umbra or not.
Okay. Okay. So, you definitely are not in the Umbra.
Okay.
But you see there are plant spirits like pine and things of that nature, like rabbits, birds. There's some insect spirits, mosquitoes and flies. Lots of water spirits.
Yeah, untouched wilderness and all that fun jazz.
Right.
Okay. Using my fancy schmancy spirit speech, Fang's going to look for a bird spirit.
Okay. There's actually a little like chickadee. There's a couple chickadee spirits flying around. Some blue jays. There's actually there's some red tail hawks and things of that nature.
Hey there.
Hi.
You wouldn't happen to know the quickest way to the mainland, would you?
Boat?
Well,
Wings?
I mean direction.
And the bird looks around and actually it literally points north of you and then west of you and south of you with its wing as it's hopping around on its little feet.
So go that way. Got it.
The only way it doesn't really point is east.
Okay. Thank you.
Chirp, chirp. And it hops around in a way.
All right. So Fang says, okay, I think we could build a raft with the vegetation we got and bind it with parachute line.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, we don't really have much of a choice.
It works. And
Lake Superior, we might be in for a rough trip.
We've got ways around making a rough trip less rough. Uh, what size trees are there around here on this island, or are there trees? Are we gonna have to make a raft out of
Oh,
bushes?
there are trees. There's pines. There's and things like that.
Okay.
Birch, uh, maple, or
Well then, Fang's gonna shift to Manabozo and try to push some trees over, I guess. Because it's a small island, there's bound to be some that have some bad roots.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
And I may be only strength 4, but I can still throw my weight around.
Yeah, yeah, definitely more than she can. She'll start dealing with the parachute ropes, as it were, so that way those are ready to rock and roll while you're pushing trees.
Yep, yep. And pretty soon, probably within the next couple of hours, really, we'd have a workable raft.
Right. Um, and actually, what she's going to suggest doing is even throwing down some pine boughs over the top of it, too, and then using the parachute over the top so it's at least a little comfortable. Maybe use one of them for a sail somehow.
Yeah, we could totally use a sail. Get one of these thinner pine trees and just stick it up as a mast.
Right? We might want to. Let's roll our dex crafts here to get this going. She's not very craftful for
I
one.
have no dots of craft, so +2 diff. But I got a 9 and
Right?
2 eights. Sweet.
Hey,
So hey,
good. So between yeah,
Fang is apparently decent. Fang is apparently decent at building a raft.
yes, yes, she is better than Greer is because I only have one success. Screw you, ones.
Yeah. So hey, we've got a nice little raft with a sail.
Okay, so we might want to. I don't know how long this is going to take us to get back to some form of mainland.
Well, as long as we don't go east, we should be fine.
I'm going to we might want to collect some more food just to be safe. We've got water as far as the eye can see, and it's not salt water, so I'm not too worried about that.
You might be, because don't you people need to boil water before you drink it from a lake?
Generally, but we don't really have a means to do that. We didn't think that far ahead.
Oh well. I'll grab some more rabbits.
Okay. And she's just gonna start picking more raspberries, and let's see if she can look for more. That way you got.
Fang
Oh,
grabs.
hey, that's a much better roll than before.
Fang's got some more rabbits.
You got some more rabbits. She's actually found some blueberries and blackberries. In addition,
Yep. Uh, do you want another set of hands on the raft, or do you want me to be as light as possible?
I guess that all depends on how the lake decides it's going to act.
Well, I can do either.
Better.
I can do either. If you want thumbs, I can do thumbs. If you want teeny tiny coyote, I can do teeny tiny coyote.
Thumbs might be helpful.
Thumbs it is.
I'm not exactly a sailor, as it were. I'm generally better with things in the air,
Hey, I'm better with motorcycles, but there you go.
right? But it is what it is, and we work with what we've got.
Yep. And Fang's shifting to Sitsu for that.
Right.
Because I want that extra dot of strength and stuff if we're about to go sailing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, Greer gets on they got to push the raft out to the water here too. Just like, well, I suppose we might need an extra hand getting this in the water too.
Yep, and she'll help out.
And set it down in the water. One thing we should watch for is rock formations along these once we get closer to the shore, because Lake Superior is known for having these sort of things close by, and the rip currents aren't exactly fun to deal with.
All right, I'll
You
keep
fall
an eye
off
out.
and panic.
Hmm?
If you fall off and get caught away by a current, don't panic.
I usually don't.
Good, good. Okay. So, should we do this?
Let's.
Okay. Okay. And the water is pretty calm right now. It's Lake Superior, so there's definitely still currents going. It's just a matter of paddling to find one in which way the currents
I'm gonna use fancy schmancy spirit speech and try to convince the water and air spirits to keep us on course. And I'll offer up a gnosis to each of them.
Awesome. Yeah, they'll totally agree to that for Gnosis.
Sweet.
And you guys are floating along in this giant lake. And the island gets smaller and smaller. And you do notice some the sun starts to go down too, as you manage to float away from the island. And you're kind of relieved as you're looking back at the island, because you can see some red eyes glowing in the darkness, specifically 3 pairs.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez. And it starts to get dark, and there's actually a full moon,
Not that it matters.
right? With it's almost like a nice moonlit path that the raft seems to be floating on.
Charisma performance, because I've got to sing to the moon.
Okay.
I'm following Coyote's laws, so. That last one's a 7. There it is.
Yeah. You're singing to the moon.
Yep.
Greer kind of looks like she's starting to get sleepy. Yay, the joys of not being a supernatural being.
Yeah. I'll take the first watch, Greer.
Okay. Let's see. Why don't you give me a... Greer falls asleep. Why don't you give me a higher or lower here?
I'll give you a fate die. That's positive.
Yep. Okay. Your watch in the water stays pretty calm because you've talked to the spirits, and you do start to notice another island, but this time you can see a bigger shore in the distance.
Okay.
There's a few like just smaller islands coming out on the coast here.
Unless something speaks to me or compels me to go to one of those islands, I'll try to steer clear and head for the shore.
Okay. There's also a break wall in what appears to be a lighthouse.
Well, again, try to steer clear of the lighthouse and head for shore.
Yep.
Unless there's something that's like...
You realize that in order to maneuver around the lighthouse because of where you're sitting, you're on this, like, you're coming up on the side of the break wall. So you're gonna have to go either around, try to find around the break wall, or let the raft hit the break wall and hopefully
Well, try to get around it, but given that it's a raft and it doesn't have an actual rudder.
Yep.
So, what kind of roll you want for that? Because I do not have sailing. I do have drive.
Right. So you
Dex
want
drive at a higher diff.
You're gonna try to get onto.
I'm gonna try to go around. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go around, but again, we don't really have a rudder, so I might hit it anyways.
Yep, we've got a sail, but that's not really helping.
Yeah, so like Dex drive at a higher diff.
Yeah. So you got one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It steers it a little. You're able to get it a little ways away, so you're at least not smashing into the break wall.
Right.
Thankfully for you, the water's been pretty chill because you've talked to the currents and whatnot, the water spirits and the air spirits there.
Yay for bribing the forces of nature.
And Greer does eventually wake up.
Yeah.
Tired. Some of the water splashed up, but it's not like you're sinking or anything. Her hair is totally wet because the bottoms of it is totally hanging off the side of the raft.
Yeah. We're almost at shore, Greer.
And the shore actually just looks like beyond that lighthouse that you see in the break wall. Once you're around it, most of it seems to be beaches.
Sweet, we'll just land on a beach.
Yep, you see factory towers like beyond some trees that's decently far away. You also do eventually notice that there's an ordock.
An auroch.
Ordock.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, run aground on a beach. It's a raft. It won't care.
Yep. And you see Greer just has this look on her face like, oh dear sweet Gaia. Land.
Okay.
Hit the beach.
Well, I'm gonna try to con somebody out of their car.
It's dark. Nobody's on the beach.
Okay.
But you do when you get up on the beach and are actually able to get landed and you walk up a little ways. Like I said, there's a little bit of a tree line, like at the edge of the beach, kind of where the sand stops and the beach grass stops.
Mm-hmm.
There's a paved road.
Neat. I'm gonna actually do this way. You said they were like factory towers?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk that way towards their parking lot.
Okay.
Are there any cars that have those number combination locks that were popular about 10 years ago in that lot?
No, not that lot. A lot of if you check the doors though, a lot of them are unlocked.
Sweet.
No car.
Fang will look at Greer. You know how to hotwire this baby?
I can try. I've done it before.
Fang will give a big old thumbs up and wait for her to finish it in the driver's seat.
She kind of looks around.
I can talk us out of any problem. Come on.
Okay. She kind of when she realizes there's no alarm, and the door is open, she opens it and pops the hood and looks to make sure everything is legit, because she doesn't want to try to hotwire this car if it's been dead. The battery doesn't seem to be rusted out or anything.
It doesn't turn into a worm creature and eat her face.
All right. She closes it as quietly as she can manage, and then starts, well, let's see. She can get this going.
Because I'm guessing she has more technology than Fang, so.
Yeah. All right, she's hot wiring a car. Yeah, 2 9s are plenty.
Okay, so, hey, we've got a car. We can drive to Minneapolis. Yay!
Are you driving or am I?
Fang is. Fang's got high dex, high drive.
Okay. She does too, but she figures that if something does happen and they get pulled over, Fang can at least lie her way out of it. They're not going to talk to the passenger.
Yep.
Okay. And you guys start driving. Do you go left or right out of the parking lot?
What would be the role for navigation?
Probably wit survival.
Would Wit's Primal Urge work just for general sense of direction, or Wit Streetwise?
Streetwise might work.
Okay.
I'm actually going to have her roll a perk alert here.
I got one Wit Streetwise.
Okay. With her too, she looks around and she's like, she points at the building that you guys just drove away from, and it says Marquette Board of Light and Power. She's like, we need to go west.
Sweet. So Fang will head.
Yep.
Yeah, Fang will head west.
And yeah, you guys hit. You guys drive through a city, and she's like, wow, we really somehow made it a long ways from home.
Well, Coyote wanted us where we were, so we ended up where we were.
Right. I guess we are plenty out of reach from the authorities in Minneapolis.
And we're heading the one direction they don't expect us to head.
She's like, yeah, we are a long ways from home. I want to say like 8 hours, something like that now. And it's been a day already.
Yep. Thank you, Coyote, for instantly pulling all the heat off us.
Okay. I roughly believe it's 8 hours out of character from Marquette to Minneapolis. So, you guys are driving down the highway. And Greer is like, wait, we have an opportunity for real food and coffee. And water.
Well, let's go. Let's stop in a local truck stop, and Fang's gonna run con jobs on the locals.
Awesome.
Because she wouldn't have. It might be slightly soggy from the trip, but she wouldn't have gotten out of that plane without her trusty deck of cards, at least to run some cons.
Of course, of course. And you guys are sitting in the truck stop, and why don't you roll your perception alertnesses?
Okay. Heightened senses. Bing.
Oh yeah. Well, you recall Greer saying, "Did I just see Eddie Izzard?" And yes, there's a gentleman in one of the far back booths of this truck stop that looks like Eddie Izzard.
Fang's gonna walk right on up to him. Hi, is this seat taken?
It is now. By all means, sit down, Fang.
And she'll grin and have a seat.
Did you have fun? Have a nice trip.
Yeah, was interesting.
It's about to get more interesting. And
Oh.
he has a big shit-eating grin.
Oh, Fang replies with her own shit-eating grin.
Don't you hear it?
Hear what?
You hear sirens. Specifically, police sirens.
Fang's gonna grin a little broader, and she's gonna say, "So which face are you?"
He just he smirks. And he's like, some people call me. And he looks around and he whispers, some people call me Coyote, but that is not my name. And he kind of casually stands up and pats Fang on the shoulder and says, good luck.
Thanks.
And walks to the men's room.
And Fang's gonna look over at Greer,
who is still sitting in the booth that you guys were in, and she kind of definitely has a nervous look on her face, hearing the sirens.
Fang's gonna walk right on up to Greer, put a hand on her shoulder, and say, "Be cool. Follow my lead. Don't draw attention to yourself." Okay.
She just nods.
Okay. And yeah, there are sirens approaching, but Fang's gonna real quick snatch, because this is a truck stop, right?
Yes.
Snatch 2 trucker hats, rip the tags off, stick one on Greer's head, put one on her head, and is going to quickly activate Twin Face Trickster.
Right. Greer is actually Twin Face Trickster. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fang looks mannish again.
Right. Greer is still in her she's definitely got the same clothes on that she had before, and she can't change her appearance other than the obvious.
That's why I just gave her a trucker hat, so she could just put her head down.
Yep. But I assume you guys are heading for the outside.
Well, we're gonna blend into the crowd, let the cops go over, and
the cops do eventually get there, and they're definitely looking at this stolen vehicle.
Yep. That's fine. Wait till they get over, because my strength is less in sneaking and more in talking. So
right.
If they get over to me, I'll have perfect answers to their questions.
Yep. And Greer's actually like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Fang just puts
and go to the restroom. Casually.
Okay. If she can manage it casually, then Fang will let her go. Otherwise...
Oh, yeah. No, she's totally casual about this. Because she legit has to go to the bathroom.
Righto.
But yep. So she's there in there, and the cops come in and they talk to the lady at the truck stop counter. And I mean, there's a decent amount of people in here, so she's been busy. Like they ask if they know who came up in that red truck, so on and so forth, and she's like, she pretty much gives him some spiel about, do you know how many people come in here? Do you really think I pay attention to the parking lot? Like,
Yep. Fang's gonna slap herself with Joe Capelli's touch. About 10 minutes delay. Yeah, 10 minutes away delay. So, and it doesn't work. Oh well.
okay. Actually, give me half a second here. I need to step away.
Sure.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
And the cop does start looking around and talking to various people in the restaurant after he talks to the lady at the counter. And everybody's
Already.
been occupied with their food or their computers or their cell phones, so on and so forth. And eventually, yeah, the cop approaches your table as Greer is walking out of the bathroom. You know anything about this pickup truck, sir?
Nope. Me and my friend are hitchhiking.
That's not safe.
Well, we got to get to Minneapolis somehow.
Yeah. Traveling to Minneapolis, huh? What for? It's a long
Work.
ways to hitchhike.
Yeah, but there was nothing for us in Marquette, so we're looking for work.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. You might as well roll your manipulation subterfuge.
Well, gee, 8 dice with 2 specializations, both of which would apply.
Right.
I
I better hope you can beat 4 with your 8 dice.
got 4.
Nice. You said you have 8 dice? I'm only
Yeah.
seeing 6 dice. Did you
No,
roll?
there's 2 more down there. I got a 7 and a 1.
Oh, that's why I couldn't see them. They were hiding on the far end of the screen. Okay.
Yep.
He looks.
So I've got a wide background because of that 5 forms chart.
He looks a little skeptical because it's meat, but he's just like, Well, did you see who pulled up in that truck at all?
Can't say I did. We're just here for breakfast, you know?
Breakfast. Gotcha. Well, good luck in your travels don't ride with the wrong person. I don't want to
Thank
be digging any bodies,
Thank you kindly, officer.
bitch, or truck stop pisser.
Don't plan on waking up dead.
And yeah, Greer will sit back down, and the cops just kind of they're hanging out by the vehicle waiting, and yeah, a tow truck eventually comes up.
Yeah, we're just gonna hang out until the cops leave.
Greer looks at Fang and actually says, "What the fuck?" Should have thought about that one, I suppose, both of us.
Hey, it's fine. We got out of where we were. And now it's time to do what we actually... Now it's time to make my lie into a truth. Because we're in a truck stop. And that means there are trucks headed to Minneapolis. And that means all I have to do is con my way into getting enough money for us to pay a truck driver to drive us to Minneapolis.
But why pay a truck driver? Fang just chuckles, or Fang, Greer chuckles, and she says, "There are places to rent a car, and I do have a credit card."
Well, that works.
It's probably a lot safer. We don't
Probably.
have to deal with some truck driver trying to get in our pants for a ride, thinking we're hookers or something.
Probably. Hey, I will be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna step out for a second and make more coffee.
Okay. Well, I was saying that in character, but
Oh, well, I need more coffee here.
go ahead.
Yeah, I literally thought you were stepping away too.
No, I was saying in character because Fang was going to head to the men's room and talk to Coyote again.
Okay. Well, let me just brew the coffee and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Thankfully, it's a Keurig, so it's 1 cup. Okay, so Fang goes to the men's room.
Still looking mannish, I should point out.
Yep.
Because I figure Coyote still wants to talk, but not in front of mortals and cops and things.
He isn't there
Okay.
in the restroom. However, you do see a little package sitting on the back of a toilet.
Well, she'll grab the package.
Yep. It is addressed to Greer, of all things, of all people. Just says her name on the top.
All right. So Fang will bring the package out and hand it to Greer as we're on our way to rent the car.
She's like, what the heck is this?
A gift from Eddie Izzard.
She looks very confused. She's like, I don't even know if I want to open this.
Well,
but she does.
Yeah, if a spirit leaves you a gift, it's usually a good idea to at least look it in the mouth first.
And she looks at Fang and then slowly and suspiciously starts opening the package. And when she opens it, it's just a little wooden statue of a 7-legged horse. She looks at Fang. She says, I don't know what this means. She like shows it to Fang in the palm of her hand. It's small enough to fit there.
I am going to make a intelligence occult check. Because out of character, I might have some idea, but in character... Huh, neat. I think I know what face of coyote Mr. Izzard is, then.
Which?
Loki.
If it's Loki, this is probably going to get a lot worse than it is.
Probably. But the reason why I say that is because that would be Sleipnir, which is the horse that Loki gave birth to.
And she literally face palms and she's like, that's right. I must be tired. Not sure how all this craziness, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. Guess I didn't put that together. My mother used to talk about this stuff all the time.
Well, shall we away?
Yes. And you guys have absolutely no issues renting a car.
Sweet.
You guys pretty much get the runabout that you guys got to drop it off at the airport in Minneapolis, because that's another place to rent a car and whatnot. That's where they want the car dropped off, because you're going to and from.
Righto.
The closest place to rent a car in Marquette is the airport.
Yeah. At some point, Fang's gonna call her posse and tell them to pick her up at the airport.
Okay. Yeah, your posse will totally pick everybody up at the airport, and Greer's like, well, that was exciting.
Yep.
However, once you guys get in the car, by the way, and are a little ways, she does pull off the clothes that she was wearing, like over. She had stuff over her actual clothes.
Yeah.
Fang's just looks more.
Fang's just in the suit, which is now like very threadbare because of all that fun stuff.
Right. You guys make it back to Minneapolis, and for the record, there's lots of stoned people running around. There's definitely some bits on the news about a plane crash and pot brownies. Like, they pretty much think it's a drug cartel dropping things. There's also a bit about the somebody didn't get their plane back, so on and so forth.
Yep.
Anything that you would expect, any repercussions, like I said, that you would expect right off the gate of this happening.
But
because they only expect
there's no like
a couple
photos of
hours.
there's no like photos of Fang all across the news everywhere. And
Nope.
yep,
Nope.
good. That's the
Well,
important bit.
there's a photo of the. I mean, like I said, there's no photo because it's not like the guy had a camera on his private plane.
Right.
He showed up. There's a drawing of a man.
And I dropped Twin Face Trickster.
Yep.
Ah.
Yep. So, um, there's mention of a woman being with him, but they didn't get a look at her face. She kept her head down. She's and stood behind Fang. All they were able to give of the woman was the hair color. Greer just kind of like hears that and just kind of tucks it up under the hat.
Hey Greer, do you like motorcycles?
I do.
Then hey, guess what? You just earned a place in my gang if you want to.
Greer chuckles. Well, I mean, this is fun for sure. Not something I did every day, but
then yeah, Fang will. As soon as they're back at the clubhouse, she'll head in and then she'll head out and she'll toss Greer a trainee patch.
Awesome. She'll actually yep, that she'll take that and she's like, yeah, I might want to once in the clubhouse, she'll pull the hat off and she's like, might want to do something about this. She runs a hand through her hair.
Fang's gonna think a moment and she'll look over at the one other female member of the gang. I had written out names for them, but I totally lost all the names. But there's one other female, the rest are males, and then one slot of my kinfolk is taken up by a coyote.
Okay.
And now that I've taken a dot of allies, there's a couple of mortals running around that happen to know the score.
Right.
But
one of them will definitely be like, there's an easy way to fix that.
Yeah.
Some hair dye.
That's what I was going to say. Is I was going to look at the one female who's there and go,
Yeah.
hey, you still got that black hair dye from that one job we did back in Tulsa?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh boy. Yeah, and you guys work on dyeing Greer's hair black.
I see some red hair and I want to paint it black.
There are some reports of children eating brownies, and people like parents are obviously concerned with the idea of the children eating brownies. And the hospitals, there's like something let out from one of the hospitals, even like there's a strange amount of parents coming in with concern with stoned children, like CPS cases, because they aren't sure. But then they realize that no, whatever happened with this drug cartel, quote unquote, the parents aren't giving their kids the pot brownies.
Yep, it's raining from the sky,
right?
But
they pretty much just like telling parents not like the kids are pretty much just going to be stoned. It's got to run its course. That's what some of the messages are on the news. Just keep them hydrated, feed them, let them sleep if they want to. But
now, hopefully, enough time has passed that I can get some data on the gang violence level. Roving gangs. One of the big things this was supposed to stop was the roving gangs of angry vigilantes.
A lot of people tend to just be... The streets are pretty quiet because everyone's stoned and happy. Lots of restaurants are getting business.
Yeah, all the Taco Bells made all the money.
Taco Bells, pizza joints, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah, Operation Brownie Blitz.
Yep, absolutely. Too bad I didn't have enough time to set up the fake anonymous group, but oh well.
The fake anonymous group. Okay. Greer's going to state, well, you know, this is all fine and dandy. However, I do have a mate at the sept that I should get back to.
Fang will give a thumbs up. While you're at the sept, I want you to warn the sept that I spoke with one of Coyote's more powerful heads, and Coyote is going to be strengthening the gauntlet, except for one spot, and that's here. And that means when Green Dragon finally bursts through, it's going to happen here.
I will pass the message along. Anyone in particular I should be passing it to?
The Wormfoe, and the Alpha, if you can.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah. And don't let it be said that the Nuwisha didn't keep their part in this war.
I definitely you definitely kept your part here.
Yeah, I might not be in the battle when the first starts flying, but I certainly set the stage.
Yes. Okay.
All right, and with that, Fang's gonna take a well-deserved nap.
Yep. Greer's gonna make her way to the sept, and yeah, she'll pass those messages along to the sept alpha, the Wormfoe, and she will go find Christian too. So, all right, that's that. Well, Operation Brownie Blitz, people.
Absolutely.
Thank you, watchers, for watching.
Absolutely. See ya, everybody.
Uh-oh. There we go. Wait, no, come on.